Camera set. All right, now last Friday I rounded off my 75-hour water fast. Let me call it a liquid fast actually, because it wasn't just completely water. I had water, coffee, tea, juice, and I also had some vitamins and minerals, of course, to keep me going. But I just want to share my experience of the fast that I went through, because there's a lot of people that are curious about how one can do it and why in general, but I'll just cover the how for the most part. The why I can do that some other time. But it was interesting. It was really fun to do, and it's something that I'm gonna implement going forward, whether I do it once a month or every other month. And I was also gonna say, if you're curious about the health benefits and all that stuff, there's thousands of videos on YouTube for you to watch, so we'll look that up. I'm not gonna discuss that here. I just wanna talk about the experience and how we're taking the first step as well towards fasting, because I realized that there's one thing that people struggle with when it comes to fasting. I can just hop right into that. I believe the reason why people struggle with fasting is because of the difficulty that they have to ignore that initial feeling of hunger. We've all been conditioned that as soon as you feel some type of hunger, you gotta eat, or that feeling of being hungry, that you gotta eat. I don't believe that to be necessarily true. What I've noticed is that when I get that initial feeling, is usually because I'm dehydrated and I need some water. Like right now, I'm actually hungry and I can actually feel my mouth getting a bit dry, so let me grab a bit of water and just quench my thirst. Do your mornings ever start off really slow and you end up hitting the snooze button a few more times than you'd like to before getting up out of bed? Or do you lack the energy and willpower to start on something, whether it's cracking open that book, or starting that diet, or studying for an exam? Well, I have the antidote for that. Down below, you'll get my free ebook, 3 Ways to Stay Motivated, all for free. I'm offering it to y'all for free. It's helped me a lot, and there's tactics that I use every single day to get myself motivated to do things. I know it'll help y'all too. So go ahead, download the book, and I know y'all are gonna enjoy it. And make sure to check your spam folder. It might end up there for some reason. I don't know why, but the book is all yours. I know y'all are gonna enjoy it. And go ahead, grab it. Usually, when I initially feel that feeling of hunger, I'll just ignore it, because one, it's a feeling. And that brings me to something else that makes fasting a lot easier for me. Usually my first meal during the day is between 12 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's usually when I'll break the fast and eat my first meal of the day. So I usually have 2 meals during the day. But in the mornings, I always feel that initial feeling of hunger. And this is an everyday thing, but within 5-10 minutes, it goes away. So I believe that if people can get over that hump, then fasting would be so much easier, because again, we've all been conditioned to eat at the first sign of that feeling that we get in our stomachs. And it's just interesting. It's interesting. I can get a lot deeper into this, but I'm gonna try and keep it as surface level as possible and let y'all have your own thoughts and opinions on it. But I really believe that that initial feeling of hunger, once you get past that, anything's possible. And that's when the fasting gets really easy, in my opinion. Once you get past that initial feeling of hunger, you can pretty much go as long as you want. And now you're in that mindset, in that state of, all right, I got this. Let me see how much further I can push this. But again, once you get past that initial feeling, then it becomes a lot easier. You have your water, you have your juice, you got your coffee. Just rely on those things to fill you up and detox you, basically, because that's what I do it for the most part. Detox and a bit of the spiritual thing too, because sometimes I just be feeling some type of way and some type of shit. It just makes me decide I'm a fast. But you have your water, you have your juice, and there's this sudden burst of energy that you get after you pass that initial feeling of hunger. And once you get past that, again, you're limitless at that point. Now, I wouldn't recommend someone to go on a 72-hour fast at first, because in my case, I did a 48-hour one at first. Then I pushed it again to 72 the second time around that I did it, because I knew and understood that if I can do 48, I can do 72. And I was completely correct. I went up to 75. I could have kept going, but I decided, no, I'm gonna just break it now. So I'm telling you, if you can get past that initial feeling of hunger, then you've come a long way. As well, the mind is also important. You've got to stay disciplined and know why you're fasting and what you're trying to achieve with it. Because if you're just doing it just for the hell of it, you're not going to get very far. So know why you're doing it and get past that initial feeling of hunger. And I swear you'll enjoy the fast. This might be something that I delve into a little bit more. But I'll see. I'll see. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.